City of Stevens Point Board of Public Works meeting, recorded June 9, 2025.
Call the Public Works meeting to order. Can we get a roll call, please?
Sure, Mayor Weasel.
Here.
Chris Tiffany.
Here.
Alder Kneebone.
Oh, Nebone is excused, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Alder Morrow.
Here.
Alder Keemer.
Here.
Alder Schutte.
Here.
And Alder Boozy.
Here.
And we have enough to move forward. Item number 1 is Director's Report, talking about Country Club Drive and Division and Church Street Reconstruction Projects. Director.
Yes, just this, a couple of things there. Country Club Drive, just wanted to bring everyone's attention. It's kind of been sitting on the back burner here for a while, so just if you didn't otherwise pay attention to it, it has been bid. The town, after we'd gotten through enough of the work there, and it seemed that the city had put forth an effort there, transitioned to Graham and Associates. They finished that, put that out for bid. The town will be awarding a contract later this month, and the work should be done late this summer into the early fall. Don't have a set schedule yet for that, but yet this year. So definitely moving ahead, that's a good thing. Regarding Division and Church Street, just wanted to point out to the second bullet item that I otherwise have in there. There's been some issues related to getting some of the utility work there on the north side as we've been working through the efforts, and we've looked at a number of different things versus some temporary work or just little bits of additional utility work, try to get things to work, and haven't come up with a solution that we feel is really worthwhile to attempt. So what we've been working with AECom and the utility department is to actually extend the project, the North Segment project for next year, south from 4th Avenue all the way to Briggs Street, because that's where the sanitary sewer, which is the issue we're having with utilities, can tie into the existing utilities. That's as far as we need to go before we can tie back into what exists without doing considerably more work to get everything in that respect to work out. So we did look at a variety of other things. We looked at just kind of tempering that one utility. Nothing seems to really make much sense. That one utility interferes with other utilities, so it seems like we're replacing all the utilities. Once we're replacing all the utilities, we're tearing out curb and probably getting into the sidewalk. So in essence, we're really doing the entire project. So to think to do that as a temporary measure didn't make much sense at that point in time, so it was just a matter of working through that. So AECom is working on the title searches and other real estate right-of-way plat now, getting some of the additional utility work finalized as well as the surface elements to that, which will all be coming forward here as soon as possible. Probably one of the biggest implications that's going to have really is under construction, just because of the extra roughly 800 feet that it adds. What was already a tight single construction season project will most likely now be a 2-year project. So that's a lot to otherwise kind of put in there. I figured it was going to be rather lengthy in the report, so hopefully that all makes sense. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them as best I can.
Any questions on either of those 2 items? Comments from the audience? I would accept the motion to accept the director's report and place it on file.
So moved. Second.
Thank you. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that's approved. Item number 2 is approval of ordinance amendments in Chapter 9 and Section 9.05 as it relates to parking. This is a kind of a monthly item. We've got a few things on here. Changing an police parking to emergency parking for the university. Adding some no parking here to the corner, and probably the most significant is repealing the 2-hour and 4-hour parking in the southern section, south of Clark Street, near the Century building while they're remodeling, and asking to use those parking spots. Director, anything to add?
No, that sums it up pretty well.
Questions, comments, or a motion?
I'll move approval.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Tiffany. Discussion? Comments from the audience? No, you can't leave now. It's just getting exciting. See you later, Bill.
Later.
All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that's approved. Item number 3 is a request from William Schierl and Schutte Movers to move the house currently located at 1556 Main Street south and west about 400 feet. This is actually a really cool project. We'll have to close the road, and it'll take about 2 days. So part of Centerpoint will be closed for those 2 days while they take the house, lift it off the foundation, move it, turn it around, and set it on a new foundation across the street. The layout is kind of included in your packet. Director, anything to add there?
Just that I've been working between Shooting Movers, William Schierl, and WISDOT to go through it all. It's actually even surprised me. This is the first time I've gone through this. Talking with WISDOT, they don't seem to have a whole lot of requirements as far as that goes. I figured they'd have a whole laundry list of things that, check boxes to fill, and it was about a 5-minute conversation with them saying, no, I think you're good. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel real positive at the moment, but we talked through it a few more times and got through it. So I think everything is otherwise there. There's a few details that still need to be worked out. One of the things I still need to get an on-site visit with Scott Schutte from Shooting Movers to go through everything, especially protection of, all the public, the elements that are there. There's a light pole nearby, how do we deal with the curb and gutter, how we can do to protect that as the trailer's running over it. But I think what they provided here provides all of the necessary information to identify what it is that they're going to do and kind of the duration of the work it is. So I'm comfortable with what they've provided here to bring it forward to you. And I guess if you're comfortable with that, then I think we could issue a permit and move forward.
It's not terribly unusual. It's rare, but it's happened before. I remember when I was much younger, the hospital put in their parking ramp, and they moved 4 or 5 of those houses from here all the way north of Stanley Street.
Wow.
So I remember watching those as a kid. So this is, we want to try and minimize the looky-loos. Can't believe I'm old enough and I'm using looky-loos now. But let people do their job. The road's going to be closed. There will be a stated detour for those who need it, because Center Point will be closed. But other than that, we're looking for your approval.
I'd move to approve, sorry.
Oh, I'll second. I did just have a quick question. I thought I saw in the packet a mention of this happening in September. Is that a pretty tentative date? I mean, is that
It is. There are
change?
several things that still need to happen, for everything to get ready, because first, the existing lease has to run out, which is the end, I think end of July or some beginning of August. And then there's the abatement process needs to go through. So that's roughly 30 days. That's kind of the controlling item right now, is when abatement finishes up, then we're going to move into getting the actual date set and moved. So it looks like it should occur hopefully the first week of September, but we just decided in talking to them, we'll talk about the first half of it and give ourselves a little bit of leeway on when that would happen. But they were fairly comfortable that schedule could be made.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that is approved, and we are adjourned at 6:27.